of colors cut and glue, glitter rain like skies so blue.
Hello. I pushed the wrong button. Hey, Von Marie. How are you, girlfriend? So, it's July 1st, and that means Christmas in July. I hope everybody is doing well. We're going to play with some little rainbow critter, or rainbow? Reindeer critters. If you, hey, Teresa. Drinking coffee. I need some coffee. I have a soda, but I really need some iced coffee. Some good iced coffee, which is in the fridge. I'll get some afterwards when I'm eating dinner. Did you get dinner made, Von Marie? Let me know where you're watching from in the chat if you wouldn't mind. And make sure you say hello. I'm excited. Hey, Cindy. These reindeer are so fun. I love coloring them. So we're going to do some coloring tonight. I pulled out a whole bunch of dies that we're going to kind of repurpose. Well, not really repurpose. We're going to give them a new spin. Maybe. Maybe not. No dinner yet. Hubby's in charge of dinner tonight, but it's chili dogs, so I think he and my son can handle that. New Hampshire. Awesome. I am in South Alabama. I guess I should introduce myself. I am Jana with J. Marie Designed, and I am on the Katscrappiness creative crew. You have a crown now. Because you are the #1 top fan, Bon Marie. If you look on your chat, I don't know how it works if you're on your phone. If you're on your computer, hey Brian, click up on the top where it says top fans. It'll show you like how many experience points you have with chatting. It's just, I guess it's a thing that YouTube's has the word's gone. YouTube has started to promote engagement with the live stream so that people are chatting and interacting or whatever. It's just fun, to see who's the most talkative. So it's fun. I am excited. I have a whole bunch of things. So let me just show you what I have first. Everything is listed in the description box below, as well as all of the Katscrappiness links and stuff. Von Marie, were you the one, that got on your report card, talks too much? Mine was, I usually got in trouble for talking because I was done. They do reset each live stream. Isn't that fun? I think it's fun. It's just, it's nice to see the little crown. So, we have Reindeer Games. Hey, Lori. And the die set. We have the Swirling Snow background die. I love this one. I use it all the time, and I know that it's supposed to kind of go this way so that things are swirling across. Oh, you were the quiet child, Von Marie? I was not. And my parents were teachers in this middle school that I went to, so if I ever got in trouble, they knew. If I, got in trouble for talking too much. I pulled out the winter. I love this one. I did a card with this that was just all white. That was it, just all white. And I used the Swirling Snow background too. It was fun. I have the Merry Critters, which I absolutely love. And it's another fun one. You can see I have some, I just stamp things out and color them so that I have them. And I have the die set. And these are my little jigs that I use to line up my images when I cut them. And then I was looking at these two. These are the two tucked in dies. Not anymore. Me either. The two tucked in dies, and this is the clouds, and this one is the grass or dirt that was from Easter. But I thought it might work with snow, and so I'm not sure which one will work best for snow. And then I also grabbed the stitched fishtail little banners, because with this set here, the little banners work perfect. And so I love to die cut things and make like a little jig so that I can lay it over the top of my stamp sets and see how they're going to look. So this second one here would be perfect for this. And I could move it over and straighten this side so it's just, and put that up against the side of the card. I know, Lori, it was worse than being a preacher's kid. I think being a teacher's kid is the worst. So there's, height-wise, this one works really well, but you could always trim and just make this side straight. So this is a fun one. I love this. And I also have a ton that I've cut already, and I just keep them in my little envelope. And then when I need a quick, sentiment banner, I can pull this out, stick it in my MISTI, put my stamp on there, and I'm good to go. So this is one that I think is a staple in my craft room. I reach for this all the time because I know that it's like 3 little snips to do the banners. I hate cutting these. Absolutely hate cutting these. But if I have them all ready to go and I have my little jig, I can easily pick one, stamp it, and it's ready. And so this is just kind of the good, a good pair of pants. That was us too, Lori. It was such a small school, and my parents had lived there forever, and they taught there for 30 some years. And my dad was the track coach, taught driver's ed. They taught across the hall from each other for 30 years. And it's funny because it was 7th and 8th grade. So it took students a while to realize that they were married. But yeah, and my dad's hilarious. He was such a fun teacher. I never had him. I had him as a track coach and a driver's ed teacher, but that was it. My sister had him for math. But, so I have already colored one set of the little cutie reindeers, and I have a new view. So I'm going to see, there we go, if this works better for coloring. It's very close. I trimmed my nails up and everything. I don't have the fancy painted nails like everyone does. But I thought this might be easier for y'all to see how I'm coloring. And so this is the first one I did. Well, I have done these a lot of times, but I stamp everything out. And again, I just stick it in the envelope and keep it, because you never know when you might need a little reindeer with his tooth sticking out. Now tell me, hold on, let me find the camera. This little guy right here, is that a tooth? Is that a smile? Is that a tongue? I always color it as a tooth. Like he's got one little buck tooth sticking out. He's not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He's got the buck tooth. But I should color one. I think tonight we'll color one. We'll accent his nose in red. I know they're already black, but I have an idea that might work. So we're going to do some coloring and some chatting. Now, make sure you like, and if you are so inclined, subscribe, share it out to the interwebs, and, invite your friends. You never know. They might enjoy little quirky reindeer. I always color it as a tooth. It just looks like one little, like, you'd see a little baby reindeer with a tooth sticking out. He's so funny. But it's one of my favorite sets. So we are going to color, and I saved all my markers. Whoa, that was really close. There's my markers from earlier. So I have those set aside, and we'll see if this new view works for you to be able to see. Again, this is the Christmas reindeer, I believe, reindeer games. And there's all sorts of fun little stuff I didn't even stamp out. So there's gingerbread, there's little pine leaves with an ornament present, candy cane, a little candy, a snowflake. I mean, and these are teeny tiny. And then, some of them, he's got his bell, gifts, he's got hot cocoa or coffee, or, maybe he's got a little something in that cup. And then a Santa hat. And I tried to see if the Santa hat would fit on the quokkas, and it doesn't quite fit. I'd have to do some ear surgery to make it fit, but that might work too. So it is a super cute stamp set. And if you have other things, all these little pieces would be, sorry, I forget which camera I'm on. All these little pieces are great for, like if you just made a background, stamped them all over different colors or whatever, it would make a really pretty background. Or if you're doing or gift tags, these would be perfect. A little reindeer. And hold on, my dogs are going to bark. My son just walked in the door, and so the dogs go crazy when he comes home. So let's start coloring. I know tags would be cute. What else do you think? If you did any Christmas baking, I guess that would still be a tag. Or making wrapping paper for, small gifts or a gift bag or whatever, you could stamp. Like I have, let me grab one. These craft bags from Dollar Tree. And so it would be real easy to just take all those little pieces and stamp around. Thanks, Brian. And decorate a gift bag. Would that be fancy? And then make a little gift tag with a fancy reindeer on it. And you'd be set. So let's go back to my super zoom here. And we will get to coloring. I know Jana won't be here tonight. She is on vacation, enjoying the sunshine and some relaxation. And Kat, I start sending Kat messages at 20 minutes. I say live in 20 minutes, live in 10 minutes, live in 5 minutes, going live. And then when I'm done, I usually say, well, I missed you. She gets so busy with everything. And, but maybe we can coax her in here one of these times. Brian, I so appreciate you putting the links and stuff in there. They are in the description box below if you need to grab them from there. Those are affiliate links. It's no cost to anybody else. But it does. One thing I, want to emphasize that, there's a little incentive for me, but the affiliate links really allow the businesses to track things like who's sharing, where people are coming from. And I know she'll surprises. I love Kat. She's the best. But it allows the businesses to track, where sales are coming from, or even where clicks are coming from. So that is one of the reasons that, even if you don't purchase anything, if you use that affiliate link or anybody's affiliate link, that helps the business as well. So with that, let's color. She's funny. I want to go snuggle Ollie, her new dog. He's so precious. All right, I have my E30s, and then I threw in an E59. I just like this color. And so we're going to start, let's see, which one are we going to start with? I think we will start with Christmas Lights guy. Or this guy. We'll do this guy first. All right, so I'm just going to go with my super dark color and go around like where I would think it would be the darkest. And like on this one, I went, like where he's got his little hooves up, and I did go all the way around, and kind of, his belly would be hanging over his legs. I think they would be kind of chubby little reindeer. So like if he turned sideways, he'd have a little bit of a belly. So that's hanging over his legs there, and then just around. So we're going to start with him and some colors. And I didn't stamp this one super good, but you won't see it. I love Bailey too. I had a miniature Aussie that looked very similar to Bailey, and she was just the coolest dog. Aussies are amazing, incredibly loyal to their person. And hopefully one day when I go home, well, it's not home, to visit my parents, I will get to go see Cat. I grew up in Washington State, probably about an hour and a half from where Katscrappiness is. All right, now I'm going to go down to E37. I can't believe it's July 1st already. June just flew by. But I love Christmas in July. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays to like design for. As far as, cards, or when I did wreaths and stuff, it was always a favorite. He named her Aussie. Mine was Dally, and she was my little horse, my little barn dog. But she was definitely my dog. Oh, let's get his ears. But yeah, June, just poof, it was gone. And we'll go back and we'll blend these in some more. But I'm just going kind of back over each color. I do it in layers, and that's why I have this other paper underneath, is it kind of helps with the colors. Now our dogs, we've got 3. We have Hero, who is my husband's service dog, and he is a yellow lab who is 3, almost 4, I believe. And then we have Maverick, who is my son's dog, and he is a blue heeler, and he just turned 5. And then I have Abner, who is Jack Russell and Chihuahua. And that's my boy. He is the goofiest little dog, and he just turned 1. So there we go. We got our belly, and I know I colored over the nose, and we're gonna put our highlights on there so it'll still show. And let's go do our antlers. These ones now, they're pretty young. I had I just got Abner, well, last year. from one of the rescues here when he was just teeny tiny. But he's hilarious. All right, we need to do his eyebrows, her eyebrows. I guess you could do, you know, a hot pink scarf with some sparkles would be good. Aw, Labs are such a good dogs. And we're gonna do a W for, hey Rebecca, how are you? Welcome in. We are starting Christmas in July with our little reindeer from Reindeer Games. And I need to blend. That's looking a little harsh. I really just want like the forehead to be kind of lighter. Blend my lines down here a little better. Belly. And I'm going to go in super light. This is E30 and it's really light. And so that's going to be the little like tuft of hair that's here. These are super quick to color too. So, you know, if you're sitting, and they're not difficult. So if you're sitting watching TV, stamp out a bunch of images and just sit and color, stick them back in your, you know, however, in the sleeve that the stamps are in, and you will have images, you know, ready to go. I often, if I'm watching, you know, someone else on YouTube or we're watching TV, I will have images printed and ready. And so I just go back, and when I need one, I've got them. So I just went light, and then I'm going to come in with my middle color and blend that out. So we're just going to kind of come over this line and give it a little blend. There we go. And there's some new stuff coming down the line from Kat that is fantastic. Got a little sneaky peek, and I cannot wait for them to arrive. All right, we're doing a little holly berries. We're gonna color everything on here. So that we have it. My glasses, so I have them. And then our hollies. So we're gonna totally go right to Christmas. Do you go all out decorating for Christmas? Do you do a little bit? Are you a minimalist on Christmas? Do you decorate inside only, outside? Big tree, one tree, a lot of trees? I'm curious. What do you do? Do you have any like family traditions? Now that my kids are all grown, mama dog. And Labs they have big litters when they have their puppies. All right, we're gonna do our present here, and we're gonna do it red as well. But since it's so tiny, I'm gonna just go in with my lightest, because it's just two little swipes basically. And then we'll give a little shadow. There we go. And then we'll do our ribbon here. There's Maverick. I usually have at least one dog under my desk on the dog bed. And if it's thundering, I've got two dogs because Hero is terrified of the thunder, and so he comes in here and hides. And just a little shadow where our ribbon is kind of behind the box. Oh my gosh, Brian. That's crazy. Cat mom. My youngest just got a kitten. Well, she found it under a car at her apartment building, and it was, had a respiratory infection, and its eyes were all yucky, and so they took it to the vet. They got it on a medicine, and got all the fleas and everything under control and gone, and so she has her baby kitty now, and it's the cutest thing. It has the biggest ears, though. I was teasing her. I'm like, your kitty's got some huge ears. All right, so this one we'll do coffee dude or cocoa dude or hot toddy dude. We're gonna go really light with this one, kind of like I did here. So I've got the dark ones and I've got the lighter ones. So we're still starting with our darkest color, kind of where we have shadows. And these are tiny, tiny images, so there's not really much shadow. This, Maddie, my youngest, has a service dog as well. It's a diabetic alert dog. And he's awesome. He is the coolest dog ever, and he loves this kitten. But so she wasn't really, looking for another animal. Her boyfriend wanted one, and so when they found the cat, she's like, well, I guess we're cat parents now. But it's cute. It's very spoiled as well. All right, so we're going to go down again. We're just going to brush this one in, just little flicks, pulling the color in from that other layer. And same here, we're just kind of getting over those really harsh lines. Yep, I started with 33 was my darkest, then 31, and then I'm going to come in with 30, but 30 is really light. But since I did everything else pretty light, it's okay. And I'm going to blend it out really well. And we'll do her little... I'm making this one a girl. We're going to do a pink scarf on this one. I didn't on my little sample one, but I think it'll be super cute. And we're going to give her some cheeks, because this one's going to be a girl. It just needs to be a girl. I'm going to do little pink cheeks. Oh, inside of the ears. All right, let me get my chart. Well, that's right. Brian will be live tomorrow at noon Central. Is that right, Brian? Here on the Catscrappiness channel. So make sure you don't miss that. I think we're going to go with RV04, if I can find it. Well, that's close. 6, we need that one anyway. 4. And then there's lots of content that the design team uploads throughout the month, throughout the week. And then also on the Catscrappiness, 2 p.m. Central, noon Pacific. Okay. Gotcha. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, there's lots of content. Lots of ideas, kind of out of the box ideas. I know we have the new release that came out last month with the chickens, and then the We'll Scrap for Craft Supplies. We'll Scrap for Craft Supplies. will work for craft supplies. Whew, that was wrong. I need an in-between color. I've got, we'll see how 2 does. That's better. Then we'll come back in again with the dark. Bon Marie, you're West Coast. I mean, obviously, if that's morning time. Duh. There we go. I like that. And then I think we're going to make her cup hot pink too. And then maybe she has a hot pink candy cane. Those are some tiny little spots. All right, then I'm going to go back in over her cheeks again. Because this is a lighter color, it kind of pushes the color out. So we're just going to go over that one more time. I think she's adorable. If I was really fancy, I'd give her pink hooves, but we're just going to do, I think we'll do W5. But wouldn't that be fun to do like hot pink glittered hooves? Like she's got her, her nails done. She's got her hooves done. And I'm going to add this just needs to kind of blend a little more. And I know I color a lot when I do this. And that's the thing, the more you do it, then you find kind of your sweet spot with your coloring as far as what colors you like. I tend to be drawn to the kind of E30s. Noon Pacific. Aren't you Pacific, Von Marie? Yeah. So noon Pacific is 2 p.m. Central, where Brian and I live, because Brian's right next door in Mississippi. I know, her scarf makes her look kind of... And then once we come in with our white pen and do our highlights, it's totally going to change. All right. Let's see. So let's do that. Let's come in with our... Not that one. I have a love-hate relationship with these pens. So this is the Jelly Roll white, the 10. It's a little like thicker than what I like, but nope, that's not it either. I lost a pen. Goodness, I don't know what happened to it. Oh wait, do I have it? 10, the 5. I really like the 5, and I always write on the side of my hand just to kind of get it started, especially like for this present here. The 10 would be way too thick, so we just want a really thin line if it's going to cooperate, and it's not. So let's try the 8. There we go. And we're just going to do a little bit of highlight on the sides of the package, the edge of the bow there, and that's good. Now on this one, we're going to switch to the 10 because we're going to do These pens have issues. My favorite is the Posca, and this has a really thin tip. And like for their nose, where I'm going to do the highlight here, it works well because it's really thick. You know, if you're doing a bigger space, and then, you know, across her nose. And that just kind of gives them some dimension. And then I know some people don't like it. I do 3 little dots, kind of like their freckles, you know, and how like baby deer have their white spots. So she's just got her little white, and see, it didn't even cover all the way. There we go. Her little white spots. And this one looks, you know how they say deer in the headlight? That's what this one looks like. He's got his paws up to his head like, ah! All right, let's do Christmas lights guy. I think. What time is it? Oh, we should start on our card. That's a lot of color, and let's start on our card. I've got others colored already, so, but we're going to use her, I think. They seriously do, Rebecca. And my space is really small. And it gets smaller as I craft because I have so much stuff down, and it's just a mess. All right. Let's see. I am going to actually trim her out so that I can use my Scout instead of having to pull out the big Black Betty Platinum 6. It's just too heavy on my shoulder. So I'm just going to cut, right now I'm just trimming out these little, the ones that I've colored. And I do have a whole other set colored over here, but I really like her in the pink. So, because I'm all about things that are pink. All right. So let's get her cut. Let me see if I have... I'm trying to see if I have my little... That's her. So let me move this up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... No, it's torn. It's torn. So we're just gonna go for it and hope we get it right. I gotta scoot my plates closer just so that I can get over the top so I can see. All right, I need a sip. We have Dr. Pepper Zero tonight. All right. And let's see if we can get these. I need to, this is one set, and I probably will do it after this live. I need to go in, I have the little, we got it for the dogs, the little Dremel to trim their nails, but they're terrified of it. So I swiped it, and I use it to kind of grind off the little pokey bits from where I cut my dies apart. Because sometimes you can't get in like all the way to it. And so, look at that. Isn't she cute? I love her. But, oh, I'm so excited. we might switch things up because I just got another idea. Let me find my cat papers. And I have the Bright Christmas. I love this little one, and I love that it's pink. Let me find. I've got Bright Christmas 1 and 2. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is perfect for her. That pink. So we're gonna pivot at the moment because I was rather excited about the paper. And we will save the snowy scene for another video because I really want to use. We're gonna do this one. I didn't put this one in here. Yeah, Rebecca, I played volleyball in college, and so my shoulder has taken a beating. And I did have surgery while I was in college to have it repaired. But it's still, like, lifting and things like that are still hard. You do. And it's Christmas in July at Katscrappiness. And let me peek real quick, and so I don't give you the wrong information. I'm pretty sure there's a sale all month. You can get 15% off anything Christmas all month. You just have to use the code XMAS July 15, and that gets you 15% off your order on, I don't know if it's everything, if it's just Christmas, but there's a ton of stuff. And so if you want to shop, you can use my affiliate link below and the discount code, and you will have all sorts of goodies. And Cat ships super fast too. All right, I think I'm gonna go with the plaid, and I don't think I have any more argyle left. This has, oh look, there is one. That makes me happy. This is probably one of my most loved paper pads. I use this one a lot for, hey Cindy, thanks. The girl mouse, if you know what I'm referring to. So yeah, that one, and then I want that. I don't have any pink polka dots left. So I have like 5 pages left of that set. I need to place an order, but that's too busy. Let's check. Oh, little green polka dots would work. Cat's papers are one of my, oh yeah. We're going to make a super, a fun card. Because, you know, it's still summertime. It's July. Christmas in July. Look, that looks like sunshines and snowflakes. So, we'll do the green with her. Those are pretty. See, there's the pink polka dots. That would work too. Those make my eyes hurt. Yeah, her papers, and it's so hard for me because I love this one, but I love this side too. So I'm glad there's lots of, you know, you get 12 patterns, and there's 4 of each design. So there's a lot of paper in these paper packs. So I don't feel so bad about using it, and you can tell I will use it right down to nothing. And I'm really tempted to even cut these out here and use them as just little accent pieces. The pink polka dot, you think, with this one? what I do, what I do with it. All right, let me find it. There it is. All right, we're not doing the plaid. We'll do the pink polka dot. I love polka dots. It always reminds me of the polka dot guy. Let's see. Pink polka dots, blue snowflakes. We're just gonna make kind of a basic card with a fun layout, and we're just gonna kind of highlight. Don't let me lose her. There she is. We're gonna put her on just a little, like a little circle to highlight it. I had let's see. This is an old one, but this is from Sassy. This would be fun. This one here. I think we're gonna do that one. That one. All right. So I think it's gonna go this way. Then we'll have her in a circle and a mat and stuff, and then we're going to use one of our fishtail banners and a sentiment, and we will have a card. I love sketches too. That's my struggle. You know, the sketch, kind of that starting point, is hard. And I'm going to use a black base because I think that's going to make the other colors pop, and it's only just going to be a little sliver kind of behind everything else. So let me grab my trimmer, and I got a new one, and I really like it. This is the and I know it's humongous, but what I love is that it's got 1/8 inch. So let me cut this one down first. So we're going to go 4 1/8. That was really bad. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I kind of love the little wonkiness there, but I'm gonna cut these both to. Where did my sketch go? 4 by 5 1/4, and we save all our little pieces. And so by giving me the 8ths, I get a better, without pulling out dies, I get a nice border around, and I like a little thin border around there. All right, we're gonna cut this one down the same. But yeah, so you guys like sketches? I love a good sketch. It takes that thought process out of the equation for me and makes things so much easier. And I'm just gonna randomly kind of whack off an edge there. And then I'm going to hold this. Well, that didn't work. Gotta be a better way to do this. There we go. No measuring here. I'm just, yeah, and it does help with like fast cards. I mean, I love to sit and do, you know, all the layers and all the things, but sometimes I just need someone to say, okay, you know, start here with this sketch. There we go. Let's see. That'll work. It's kind of busy. Maybe we'll go this way. We'll rotate the sketch. We'll see. I cut my argyles the wrong direction. Do you think that matters? Does anybody care? I don't care. We're gonna go with that. Oh, that would be a fun... Yeah, some sketch. Alright, so we've got that one. And then... I don't know how straight... This one needs to be a little smaller. Just a smidge. All right, let's build our card. Oh wait, what if I did... All right, big polka dots, little argyle, or big argyle, little polka dots. So there's this one, or they're going to be this way, or this one. What do you guys think? 1 or 2? Let me know. And if you're watching the replay, hello replay. I kind of like... I'm going to go with this one because I like pink. Let me make sure this is going to fit on here nicely. It will. Let me find my glue. And this is the Barely Arts glue. Oops. My favorite. Alright, very thin, and we're going to get our smusher. And then this one, and you know what, I might trim that's way wonky. So if we give it a little space, we're going to do a little paper surgery. Alright, so I need to trim a little tiny bit here. And then I need to even out nope, this one. Too many pieces. So we'll have our little, I still need to take a little more off of this side. I'm gonna keep whittling away at this and I'm gonna end up with nothing left. There we go. Close enough. And there we go. There's lots of Christmas papers, and some more traditional ones. I love the brights. And like I said, I use the polka dots for the quokka with the ears for the magic place. You know what? We're just gonna call it good. All right, so there's that. We got her. Let me find my stamp set go. Got too many piles of things. There it is. She doesn't have sentiments. Oh, I have the Christmas sentiments, but we're gonna do from this one. And since she has the cocoa, we're gonna go with Baby It's Cold Outside. And the second, that's it. So let me show you how nifty and you could do this with, you know, any stamping platform that you have. I think it's perfect for her. So I'm just gonna stick this in here. My mat's pretty sticky, so hopefully that'll stay down. Did I get the right one? Baby It's Cold Outside. And I know that it's gonna fit, but excuse my, I gotta move it for a minute because I gotta get right. And it always sticks to my fingers and then it jumps. All right, there we go. The banner dies are, like I said, they should be, you know, a staple, if you have them, a staple in your craft room. They are fantastic. And I don't think that's straight anymore. Nope, it's still crooked. There we go. Now I need to re-ink because I stuck my fingers in it. But you could easily cut, you know, one end and just make it, it's not completely centered, but you know what? That's good enough. It'll work. Baby It's Cold Outside. And I just ordered, I can't wait for them to get here, the stamp chamois, or the chamois from Cat. I don't have it. I have some microfiber towels from Amazon. There we go. Put this away before it gets stuck to something and lost. And then I need something for her, and I think I am just going to punch a white circle. And then I've got a scallop circle. I love these punches. They, you know. And then I think I will do, oh, that'll work. We're gonna do the green polka dots in the flower. So I'm gonna glue these together. We are almost done. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. There's a lot going on tonight. There's a lot of people that are live at the moment. And she might be a little bigger than our circle, but that's all right. So there is our, and I'm gonna pop the banner up, and I'm gonna pop her up too. I love punches, and for especially when if I'm printing my own or, for foiling or whatever, they're so quick to just add a little quick. All right, let me find my foam tape. Actually, we're going to use craft foam because it's cheap. I buy this on Amazon, and they're just craft foam sheets. And then I just cut it down as I need it. And it's 3mm, so it gives me a pretty good like lift on my images. I don't want to lose my banner. So I just get little, little strips or little pieces. Just don't want. Someone said earlier, I forget who I was watching, no saggy ephemera. That's a little one. I have a, I love to pop everything up on foam tape. I just love the dimension it gives. Oh, you know what? Scratch that. No, we'll do it. We'll do it. I thought, she'd be super cute on a wobbler. But, you probably don't want to be wobbling around if you've got hot coffee or hot cocoa. So we're not going to do, we'll skip the wobbler. And she's just going to go right here in the center. And then let's cut a strip for our sentiment. Someone had told Jana that she doesn't pronounce the T when she says sentiment, and I realized that I say the same thing she does. I say sentiments, and the T is there, it's just fast. I know, she's danced along with her cocoa and her pink scarf. I may have to come in with some spark. I should have done some sparkle. All right, there is our banner. Let me make sure I got that on straight. Everything's not really straight, but close enough. All right, we're gonna do our card base. I don't usually do ones that fold this way. I love how this came out. I'm so excited. And wow, that paper trimmer didn't do a good job. I think that's where it skipped and I retrimmed it. It's alright, we'll just give it a little haircut. It's really crooked. Hold on. Hold please. That's gonna bother me. It just needed a little shaving. All right, make sure we've got our top on the top. We'll get this down. Make sure that y'all check out the sale, the Christmas in July. Stock up on some Christmas goodies. But remember, look at things differently and see, how can I use this? There we go. And we are done. We have a completed card. That is so cute. I love how she turned out. All right. Well, thank you all for hanging out. And I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate the chat. And Von Marie, you held on to your crown. And Rebecca is number 2, and Brian, chatty chat, but Brian was grabbing links and stuff, so he's probably doing something else behind the scenes as well. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks, Brian. There's your promo code. Make sure you use that. I will see you all next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Same cat time, same cat channel, for another episode of Christmas in July with Katscrappiness, and we will see what I have up my sleeve for next week. Anyway, have a wonderful week. Remember, be kinder than you need to be. You never know what someone's going through. So just be nice. Be a decent human being. Much love, y'all, and I will see you next week. Take care.